So this guy here with the paper is asking everybody if they are communists. Sure he is. So he's thinking maybe we should approach him and ask him why. He's asking everyone that, right? Why would he be asking everybody that, I wonder? Excuse me, mate. Can I ask how come you're asking everybody why they're communist?
Well, if they want to join us, because we're building a communist party in Britain.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain some more. Come on, I'm interested.
Well, are you interested in genuine conversation or recording on video and then publish it and send it to friends?
Pardon?
So are you interested genuinely, or are you just trying to record me?
I'm recording, but I'm interested. Genuinely interested.
Okay.
I wouldn't have approached you.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we're trying to build a communist party in Britain.
Okay.
Some ideas, some
So what would a communist party, what would that entail?
Standing for genuine change in society, for a revolution to a socialist future where everyone can live according to their abilities and their needs, where you don't have to toil every day the jobs you hate and where you're exploited. And that's the future, where you have free time to develop yourself, actually pursue artistic arts and all the rest.
So what you're advertising for people not to work?
No, that's not what we're advertising. I'm not saying no one is going to work. Work is essential. People like to work when they can choose where to work and how to work.
Yeah.
But you don't have a choice in capitalism.
Right, okay.
You only have to do the work because otherwise you'll die. And that's not a society I want to live in.
What do you think about, say, for instance, where would things like migration fall into communism?
Oh yeah, well, for full open borders.
So fully open borders.
Yeah, of course.
So you'd be in support maybe of, like, say, the illegal immigration that's going on at the moment.
There's no illegal immigration if you have full open borders.
But at the moment there is illegal. We don't have open borders at the moment, do we?
Yeah.
So at the moment there's illegal immigration.
Well, yeah.
Would you support that, or would you be against illegal immigration?
But what do you, again, in the future, right now, what do you mean?
Well, obviously you're for open borders, right? So anyone can just come from anywhere in the world, come here, no problem.
Yeah, of course.
So that would mean we wouldn't need things like passports, etc.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what, you'd be for no passport?
Yeah, 100%.
But then,
do you know why do you need passports? And when passports are quite new thing. They're maybe 200 years, probably less.
I know one thing, that like obviously it's a good way of documenting who's coming into the country, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, say I went to a foreign country and I had intentions of committing crimes in a foreign
country to commit crimes.
Because unfortunately, not me personally, but I'm using it as per se, but what I'm saying is there are people in the world, right, that want to commit bad crimes, that want to commit acts of violence, etc.
Have you met illegal immigrants?
Have I met illegal? Yes.
Yes, and what did they tell you? That they come here to commit crimes?
No, a lot of them would turn around and say they don't speak English, so that makes it a bit hard straight away. But
why do you think they come here without
why do you think they come here? Why would you say they come here?
Their lives in their countries are so miserable. They have either choices to die there.
So are you saying that all the people
somewhere where they might have a chance of actual life?
Yeah, so what you're saying is, so people that come here illegally, they're coming from, what are you saying, war-torn countries?
Quite a lot of them, yeah.
So you wouldn't say they're economic migrants?
Some of them might be, but even if they're economic, they're not coming.
Apparently only 7% of what's coming over in small boats are actually asylum seekers. 7%. 7% is a very small number.
But why do you think they're running from these countries?
Why they're running to this country?
No, from the countries where they were born.
Maybe for a better life. That I don't dispute. But
why they don't have a better
life?
Why?
Why? For instance, let's say someone who's coming from the Middle East. Someone that's coming from the Middle East, for instance, they're leaving refuge. They're seeking refuge, seeking asylum. By the time they get to France, are they not already safe? They've already got a better life. France is quite good. It's not much different from here.
Depends. I don't spoke with people who are coming from, running away like that. I know they're not having good lives. I've read some reports of in what conditions they have to live in order to come to England. And it's not it's not the conditions you would want or wish.
But why would they want to come to England?
Well, have you spoken with them? That's my question. I've not studied why they're running so badly from whatever they are. And I'm myself an immigrant. I can tell you, being an immigrant is not a fun life. If I could stay in the country where I'm from.
Where are you from, if you don't
I'm
mind?
from Russia.
You're from Russia?
Yeah, from very, very poor background. And I can, if there were jobs and there were opportunities, and the country wasn't dog shit like it is.
What do you think of Vladimir Putin?
No, I don't like him. I'm a communist.
So you don't like him at all?
No, of course. Vladimir Putin is an oligarch who built a country for his friends.
Yeah. What do you think about the war with Ukraine then?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I know I have friends who came in coffins who were sent to die there. And I have friends in Ukraine who were sent to die in the war.
See, why don't think it's strange that we're very quick to recognise the war between Russia and Ukraine, but not so much the war between Israel and Palestine, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
And not that I want to really call that much of a war, because I don't think it is. To be honest, I think it's more of a destruction job.
Yes, massive. No, I 100% agree with you. But that's because it's not convenient for the capitalists. Because they need Israel to be there. They need a strong state which helps them to have their interests there.
Yeah.
Because other countries are not in support of Britain or America.
But what about Hamas?
What about Hamas?
Well, do you not think that... I see there's a lot of protests at the moment, and I have actually been in support of them, by the way, okay? And I've given loads of Muslim people opportunities to speak on my platform, etc., etc. However, I wonder, rather than maybe hitting the streets protesting for a ceasefire, maybe these people should be protesting for Hamas to leave Gaza, because Hamas have put them in the situation that they're in as from October the 7th. I'm not on about anything prior that. We know that
but
Israel...
You can't take... I agree with you. Again, we are not in support of Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Of course.
There's nothing else to add to it. But Hamas didn't just show up one day and got all in control. Hamas is a terrorist organization, fully. As much as it might sound a bit a conspiracy, but it was founded essentially by Netanyahu. And Netanyahu was a big sponsor of Hamas. Yeah. Because Hamas creates a very good reason for Israel to continue to occupy the territory. So as much as they, Israel state claims they hate Hamas, purely because Hamas exists, they are now conquering the rest of the territory. And Israel will not stop until the Palestine doesn't exist, essentially. Yeah, okay. But for us, again, from our perspective, who is suffering? It's not the bosses, it's not Netanyahu, it's not the capitalists who make fucking lots of profit from this. It's, day-to-day people. Yeah. And we, who is in control of the state? It's the capitalists. And our position, we should take this control from them and we should govern ourselves.
I get that. Do you know what? I'm quite anti-establishment, right? Oh, okay. So would something like the Communist Party be like my kind of thing? We're
not saying we need to build Soviet Union. We're not saying we need to build China, just in Britain. Yeah. Our position is that what we need to have is what's called workers' councils. When people from the industry, from the factory, from the workplace, it doesn't matter how big it is, essentially gather together to decide, well, what do we do with our lives? I produce, I don't know, clothes shop. Yeah. What kind of quality material do we want to produce for people, so they genuinely wear clothes, which you don't get completely destroyed within 2 wears, which lasts for as long as possible and actually for good quality. And obviously, when you have a state like we have now, the only thing that capitalists is interested in, how can we sell as much as possible to the lowest quality as possible? Oh yeah, they're all about themselves, aren't they? That's it, and that's the point. It's not about us like, oh, now we're in charge, so we'll be, in control of all this shit. Our position, we need to smash it all. We need to build completely anew, essentially. See, how long have you lived here in the UK? If you want me 3 years. 3 years. And did you have to flee Russia? No, luckily not. No, you just chose that UK was the place. I met a partner, and she wanted to live she's English, and she wanted to live here. I want to live more somewhere, Germany. Did you, when you lived in Russia,
Did you do the same thing in Russia? Did you promote for communism
it's
then?
illegal. You'll be put in prison for 10 years immediately.
Really? So we're doing what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
you would get 10 years in prison, in a Russian prison.
We had one of our comrades that worked there illegally, and they had a semi-similar meeting just in one of the rooms to discuss politics. Police force came in, put everyone to the floor, arrested 2 guys. Luckily, they will get out because they couldn't actually say they've done anything illegal. But if you take an absolute empty piece of paper and you go on the street,
Yeah.
you'll be sent in jail. We had cases like this.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
Well, that's it. But that's what, people are still doing the same thing there. They just don't do it openly.
But you've always had the same political
yeah.
beliefs, even when you were over in
Yeah,
Russia.
absolutely. Because, at the end of the day, as much as people are oppressed in Britain, it's the same shit going on in Russia.
But
Always
some
give
of the
this-
rights that we have here in the UK, right, for instance, even for you to be doing what you're doing today, clearly it's a lot better than Russia.
Oh, no.
We have a lot more freedoms than Russia.
Well, yeah, from this standpoint, yeah. But the point is that these freedoms are given away through the constant struggle. They're not being given away because someone, in Parliament was so nice, but because, again, we're going back to Oliver Cromwell and why it's all happened. And the point is that no one should, do you know that effectively strikes are banned now?
The what, sorry?
Strikes
Strikes.
are effectively banned.
Right, okay.
The way they've done it, they say that you have to have a minimum service.
Yeah.
So if you strike or you always have to have some service there. So effectively, whatever you do, strikes don't make any sense anymore.
Right, okay.
Because Rishi Sunak decided so. Tomorrow they can come out and say like, no, you're not allowed to sell papers on the street. Or no, you're not allowed to discuss these ideas anymore.
No, I agree with
Nothing
this.
stops them to do this.
I agree with this. Like, I read that actually they bring in around about, on average, 24 new pieces of legislation every year. Those pieces of legislation that get brought in, they're always about taking more away from us, and it's never about giving us something back.
Oh, that's it. It's not in their interest. In their interest, they ensure that you work, that you don't complain, and that you pay your taxes. Whereas Rishi Sunak's wife cannot pay taxes and have a happy life.
I know, right? And do you think people in power, like Rishi Sunak, should be allowed to have conflict of interest in other businesses privately?
Of course not.
They should have, no?
Our position is very similar. I think I'm a bit more militant on this, but I think everyone in position of power should have an average salary of an average worker.
Right, okay.
So if it's whatever the salary is, 30,000 per year, 18,000, you're in a position of power. You want to be there because you think you have good ideas.
Yeah.
Because you want to change the world. You're not there for the money. So we should eliminate any opportunity to make money while you're in power.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree with that. Well, do you know what? Thanks for your time. And it genuinely was just... My name's Scott. Yours is?
Sorry again? Roman.
Roman, it's been nice to meet you, and thanks for having a chat with me.
Have a good day.
Cheers, mate. So there we are, people. There's the Communist Party. They're making some kind of... yeah. Communist Party, you heard what he had to say. Thought I'd hear it from him and a little bit of what they're about. But I'm in and around Birmingham. It's pretty quiet today, actually. There's not much going on. So, shall leave this one here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Do give it a thumbs up for me. And yeah, Communist Party. What do you think of the Communist Party? Let me know in the chat. Till next time, people. God bless. Peace out. And oh, hang on. Oh no, I thought there was something going on there. I thought we had something to bring back. But yeah, much love, people. God bless. And as always, peace out.